social media through the social universe, and in many cases, the secrets of the universe itself. One of the secrets of the universe we're going to be talking about during this hour is being provided to us through the Arizona Wellness Community. We're joined by Vicki and Matt, and they're going to be talking about how to retain a sense of peace and even happiness during a time that in other cases might be dramatic and sad. And there's also programs for all different aspects of the family, including the only teen support program for cancer, those who have cancer with those they love in the state. Is that
in
correct?
The state, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about that program. Since it's unique, let's talk about that more.
Sure. The Teen Cancer program was really born out of this concept that it's a journey. So when we started working with children, and we work with children, these children grew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, think about it. Many of our participants, and oftentimes, brain cancer is what young children deal with. So brain cancer surgery causes its own side effects. Okay, sometimes visual impairment, sometimes physical impairment, a limp, and so for that child, and as they become a young adult, that cancer lives with them as they grow up. So what we wanted to do is to reach out and help these teens find a place to fit in. Sometimes they were missing opportunities because of their cancer at their own local high schools. One of the things that we do is do a teen prom. We have
nice.
an actual teen prom once a year. Dresses donated and hair and makeup.
That's so cool.
It is so cool. It is so enriching and empowering. Go and see those faces. And I remember it was my first time to see the teen prom. I'm fairly new with the wellness community, but I went down to visit. All the girls were getting dolled up and hair and makeup. And many of them were just growing their hair back.
Sure.
So I had a young girl who's just had her makeup in that spiky do, like
Sure.
they do. Oh, she was getting her makeup and her hair all done. And
great.
such a beauty. And big sparkly eyes about the night they were going to have together, dinner. And, the whole thing, just like prom.
Absolutely.
And I remember another young lady arrived, and she had just lost all her hair. And so, girls, teenage girls especially, in hair.
It's important to them.
Oh my goodness. I remember that this young girl with this spiky hair reached out. She reached forward and hugged this young lady and said, "You don't worry, your hair's going to grow back, and I think that we're going to be best friends for life." Watching these young people talk about their cancer in such a frank and open manner, happy, smiling, getting through this together, it rocked my world. That's what the community can do. That's what a community of support can do. And so we do that with our teens. And we really work with them on a continuum, both social activities, leadership activities, advocacy, and just letting them know that they might have had cancer or they might be getting through cancer, but they're powerful spokespersons for how to get through it and how to survive it and how to thrive once they hear that news you're in remission.
Right, that is wonderful. We'll talk off the air. I have a beauty school that may want to get involved with you guys.
Very good.
I think they'd have a good time with that, honestly. Well, that is great. So now, for those who start getting more involved and really want to leave their imprint on the wellness community, there's another a way for them to get involved through your. I don't want to. The rock program.
Right.
Tell me how you can leave the imprint with the rock program. Put it in more gentle words. I was trying to be better at it, but tell us a little bit more about that program.
We want to honor people. You might have lost someone that you loved because of cancer, or you might want to honor them because they've just been such a warrior, such a champion as they've gone through this. You just might want to honor somebody because you've not taken the opportunity to do that before they got through their cancer and their remission, and you never voice those words, you're my hero. So we have a Rocks of Remembrance program down at the wellness community.
There we go, Rocks of
The
Remembrance.
Rocks of
not just the rock
Remembrance.
for
So I like the rocks.
The rock,
like
Rocks
you
of Remembrance
rock.
rock. There we go.
Maybe that's what we should say. It's the You Rock program.
That's right.
Anyway, you could just come down. Sometimes you could do it. Matt would tell me, don't forget, you could do a tribute gift as well, both on the website, or you can do it when you come. But not necessary to also remember someone. So the whole intent is we have beautiful vases on our mantle in our old historic home down on Palm Lane. And you can come write that name of that person, and you can put it in that vase. When those vases fill, we'll be starting a river rock stream in the back in our garden.
Oh, I've seen that.
Have you seen
that?
that?
Yeah, that's going to be beautiful. Now, if you're a landscaping architect or have a landscaping company and you want to make a donation of time, in-kind donation, I'm
Yes,
sure
you
you're going to be open, correct?
Yes, we would be very open to that.
Very
We're
good.
very open to that's an old historic home. It needs a lot of repair and care, and many of those in-kind donations are also very welcome. But it's a rock of remembrance, and it's, maybe you're right, Kirk, it's You Rock. Rock program. So
There we go. My stumbling might have created a new initiative
right.
here.
It might be a good thing. It might be a good thing. Sometimes we just want to visibly, purposefully say, I've been with you on this journey. You've been important to me. Many of you, they might not have been to the wellness community when you lost them to cancer. But on this day, you want to remember and mark their life. So this is a way to do that. A reason to come in the door. So if you're like, well, I'm not sure why I'm here, you just walk in and say, I'd like to do a Rock of Remembrance.
That is great. And it is absolutely, I really can't say enough about how the great atmosphere is there, and it's created both because it is a historical home, and you got a historical home with it, just a good feeling in it, and then the great people, all of you that are there, and then the volunteers are just wonderful, and the good programs, obviously. Now, we have about, looks like we have about 4 or 5 minutes left. I would love to talk about any advice that you might have for those who don't have cancer or have a loved one who does have cancer. And if you have cancer, what advice would you give for them to just live life to the fullest and potentially would become one of those 70% survivors? Now, I'm not making any wild claims on your behalf, but what's some good basic advice?
Well, I think you're going to hear someone say, I have cancer, so what do you do? First, I would tell you that the cancer support community, the wellness community, has great resource of information. So use this as a resource. We have little packets. We have a wonderful little packet that's a brochure that's called How to Be a Good Friend when someone's diagnosed. But just these are some tips. So somebody has cancer and you know that they do. Offer your presence. Tell them you love them. Ask what you can do to help them. These are things don't do. Don't tell them that everything's going to be okay, because you don't know that it is. And don't tell them that you know how they feel, because you don't know how they feel. And don't be afraid to say, I don't know what to say. Offer what you can do, what can I do, know that I love you, and offer your presence. And the last thing I tell you what you can do, and this is oftentimes we do it, it's what you're doing right now. It's being a social marketing person for them. You form your own group of support through email for that friend or loved one. You send out a word of support that says, we're thinking about this person and it will get back to them. Build your own small support group for that person, and you'll be amazed at what happens when that synergy builds. Much of the work, much what you're talking about is how to build community, and that's one. You're going to build a community for your friend. And I would say we do specifically have a program for children, a curriculum-based program. So if a child has a parent who's been diagnosed, we have a program. Specifically, they can email us at www.twccaz.org or call at 602 7121-006. We'll get your child enrolled in that program. So maybe an aunt that has cancer, maybe a parent. That rocks your world. It rocks the family's world. It's very disruptive. But we can help. We have a great program that helps those young people, those children, through that and helping a parent through that diagnosis.
That's wonderful.